Yo, what's happening out there, YouTube? Carlos C&L Small Engine Repair and Lawn Care. Got a tool I want to show you today, man. I got this thing a couple years ago, and making you a video here, trying to show you a few. Well, a tool. I ain't gonna show you a few, but a tool that I got a while back. Actually, a couple years ago. Was it a couple years ago? Let's see. I got the packing slip last year, maybe. I've had it for a while. I'll put it to you that way, and I have used it quite a bit. If anybody has ever changed the spring, the recoil spring, you know what I'm talking about. Do you know? For some of y'all might not know the terminology, but you know when you pull and what makes the string go back in there? Well, that's called a recoil spring. All right, and I know it kind of sounds redundant, but guys, there's guys out there that wouldn't know quite the name of it, because I get calls all the time. You know, that little old springy thing goes in there. You pull a rope, go back in there. Like, yeah, well, I need one of them. You got one? Well, I only make about 50 different ones, but anyway, if you have ever had to replace one of those that jumped out or come out or broke off, or you was in there trying to repair something, fix something, and you said, I wonder what that screw does. You took that screw out and you reached down in there and you pulled it because your rope broke or whatever, and it went, and it just sprung all out on you. All right. If you have ever had to replace one of them, you will appreciate this tool. I guarantee it. It's called an Easy Coil Spring Recoil Winder Tool. Wow, what a name, right? Just the only place you can find this thing, only place I found it, was on eBay. I mean, there's nobody, I don't guess, big, places out there that make them or whatever. But guys, these things are the bomb. If I had a spring in here out of something, I would show you. I was kind of looking around to see if I had one, but I don't. But I'm going to show you how it works and just give you the gist of it, and you can take it from there if you want one. Yeah, I'll give you the where to order it and all that kind of stuff from. And I think this guy just made this thing. I don't know, but anyway, let me show you this. I'm going to turn the camera around. All right, guys, this is the tool. This thing, man, will save you so much time. It ain't even funny. If you can see, let me see if I can turn this around here one-handed. Okay. You see that little notch right there in that metal piece? And it kind of lines up right there with that. Okay. That little hook on your spring, just lay that spring down on your table. You take this thing, set it down on top of there. I'm going to set this tripod up if I can right real quick, guys. You just stay with me here a second. Oh. Dirty rascal, golly. You just hate these things. Anyway, you would take and you spin this, and it winds that spring up. Well, when you get it to where it's going, you just hang on to it, right? And then you just push it right down in there and it releases. That's the way that thing works, guys. I'm telling you. And there's different size things you can buy, that you get with the kit. Like there's a real small one compared to, you'll see the difference there. I haven't even took this one out of the package because I've never had to do one that small, but you see the difference. Then you've got the medium size one. I use this one quite a bit, and you can tell by the tool that it's dirty. I use this thing. I'm telling you, this thing is awesome. This is the instructions for it. That's the name. There's all the instructions. I mean, man. And here is where I ordered it from. Shipped to me, Carlos Hodge. Shipped from packaging. And right there is what it cost me. With shipping and everything, it was $50.25. The tool will cost you $44.95. Guys, that is one of the best $50 you have ever spent, especially if you own a shop. Now, to a homeowner, I don't, maybe. I mean, I'll be honest with you. If you bring that spring into my shop, it's going to almost cost you that for me to fix it anyway. So you might as well just buy yourself a tool that works on just about anything. Actually, there's the box that came in, So, but yeah, guys, that thing is awesome. The way we used to do it is Anyway, guys, on that recoil starter, the easiest way I have found is to do that right there. The way we used to do it was when I was a tech years ago, I made my own stuff. But I took about a tube of tin and cut slices in it, strips about an inch wide, and drilled a hole maybe 2 inches wide, and drilled a hole about yay big around in the middle of it, however you need it. And what you would do is you would put that down on the table, that spring on the table, and you would run a screw down in your table, and you would put that little hook that's on the end of that spring, you'd put that on there. I think there's some YouTube videos that shows you how to do it the old way that we used to do it. And then in that strip that's about 2 inches wide, you'd have a hole drilled in the middle of it. You'd run 2 screws on the outside down into the table too. And then you would stick a screwdriver or a pair of needle nose pliers, whatever. I used a screwdriver most of the time, a wide head, flat head screwdriver. Stick it down in there and just twist the far out of that thing until you wound it up good and tight. Well, then what I would do is I would take a pair of vice grips, clamp down on the screwdriver so it would hold it. I'd put a zip tie around it, pull the zip tie tight. Then you had to drop it down in the casing where the spring, the recoil spring housing, put it down in there and hold it down with one hand, kind of like this, hold it down with one hand, take your other hand with a pair of wire clippers and clip that zip tie. And then that spring would pop out and you could line it up that way. That sounds easy, okay? But it's not. It's not as easy as what it sounds. It's a pain in the butt is what it is. And it would take you about 20, 25 minutes to do that. Using this tool, I can do it in about 5 minutes, 5 to 10. 10 probably the first time you use it. Now that I've got where I can do it, easily in 5 minutes. I can lay the old spring down, wind it back up, and stick it back in there in 5 minutes. Now, you also know when you buy a new spring, it comes already packaged. It's already got the little retainer around it that holds it closed. Now, some of them come with zip ties. Some of them come with a little metal piece. Save those things, guys. Straight up, save those things. If you can, especially the metal ones, if you can save those little things right there, that's the way to go. You can do that too, but always save those. But at least one. But with this tool, you can't go wrong, guys. I'm just here to tell you, you cannot go wrong with these tools, man. They are awesome. Do I suggest you buy one? If you own a shop, yes. If you're just a homeowner, you may use it twice in your life, and for $50, that might not be the way you want to go with it. But if you're a shop owner, man, definitely jump on that thing. It'll be the best $50 you ever spent. One of them, anyway. Until next time, like I end all my videos with, whatever you do, do it for the glory of God, because without Him, ain't none of this possible. Until next time, CNL is out.